Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we have a trailer breakdown for the Paracel Storm trailer released at Gamescom for Battlefield 4. Since the live stream began, there is a ton of new information about the game. We're going to be focusing on the trailer here, but stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to have a huge update for you guys. So we've got the US team launching boats and aircraft from this carrier towards the Paracel Islands. We cut over to some infantry running here, and this is Rolly the Pulley. He's using the SAR-21 again. We get another look at the SAR-21. This one's a little bit better from the previous trailer, but that's an old gun. Here's a new gun. This is going to be the ACE-21. Now, if you're not familiar with the ACE, I suggest you brush up on it because there's going to be 4 versions of this weapon in the vanilla version of Battlefield 4. We have the ACE-21, which you see here. We have the ACE-23, which is the assault rifle variant. The ACE-52 CQB, which fires 7.62 rounds, but is still listed as a carbine weapon. Then we have the ACE-53 sniper variant, which classifies as a designated marksman rifle. Now I'm going to pause here on a scene of a bunch of boats and helicopters moving in towards the island. This is probably what the beginning of a round would look like. As you can see, there's multiple jet skis down there. We've got the RHIBs, and then we've got the bigger boats, transport helicopters. But what I really want to focus on here is in the distance. Now you see 2 plumes of smoke sort of center top of the screen. Those are coming off of a basically demolished aircraft carrier. That is a capture point on this map, and it's not going to move at all during the entire game. So there's going to be a big firefight on a carrier, which basically substitutes for an island. Now you'll notice the big windmill in the right side of the screen. This is something that is actually going to get destroyed as the storm picks up later in the game. And once it gets destroyed, you see that there's a basically a ship that is wedged onto the side of the windmill. When that windmill comes down, that is when the destroyer gets dislodged from the windmill and comes onto the island at Sea Point. Now I'm going to pause real quick here. We see the AK-12 again. His opponent has a CZ-805. Both weapons have underslung shotguns. And it's important to note that the underslung weapons in this game are going to give you a lot of variety. You can have smoke launchers, you can have flashbang launchers, you can have an underslung LVG, underslung slug rounds. So it's going to be important to note that if you see somebody with an underslung weapon, it could really be anything. So you got to prepare for all situations. Now the J-20 flies by. We see some boat combat here. Now this next clip confuses me a little bit because I want to say that this weapon is the ACE-23, which is the assault rifle version of the ACE. However, the ammo in the magazine is 36, and none of the ACE weapons say that they have 36 rounds in it. It even says ACE on the side of the weapon, so I'm not really sure what to think here. And sure enough, that's the AC-130 up in the sky so far. It's on both the maps that DICE has revealed. Now we get a catastrophic kill bonus here, which a lot of people are trying to figure out what that means. And I've paused it here because this is a guy flying the TV missile that was launched off of a boat. This could be a huge change up in these coming maps if boats have TV missiles. It's an incredibly powerful weapon, something that was previously designated to only the attack helicopter, and there was only one in every single map. Now there's going to be tons of boats that seem to have access to a TV missile. So this could be very interesting, and naval warfare could all of a sudden become incredibly powerful. I don't think jets or helicopters are going to have quite as easy a time taking out boats as they did before. That being said, there's still plenty of aerial combat in these maps, and here we're going to get a look at the inside of the cockpit on a J-20. The plane in front is a J-20. This is the interior of a J-20 plane. As you'll notice, the field of view has been greatly expanded from Battlefield 3. This should give pilots an easier time looking around them to try and designate where their targets are. The air radar in the lower left has also gotten an update. You'll notice it does this sort of classic little radar blip going around, so it's not going to be quite as powerful as it was in the past, just sort of pinpointing everything on the map. It's going to just pop things up for a little bit of a second. You're still going to need to be on top of your game to spot your enemies. Now at this point, most of you have probably heard that the Recon class is going to get a bit of love this game, and what we see right here is the Barrett M82. This is a 50 cal sniper rifle. You have to find it on the map. Previously, I believe in Bad Company 2, you could actually equip it if you wanted, but now it's such a powerful weapon that they've decided that it's got to be found on the map. It's going to be a one-shot kill pretty much wherever you hit somebody, and this one has a rangefinder on it. Now you can actually see the rangefinder on the left side of the barrel there before you zoom in, and when you zoom in, the same numbers that are displayed on the left side of the barrel are displayed on the inside of the sight. So on the left side of the sight, it tells you what your sight is zeroed for, so it's zeroed for 200 meters, and then on the right it says how far away your target is. Whatever plane that or object that your sight is hovering over is the distance. So right here it says 165 meters away. This is probably going to be an extremely useful tool for long-range snipers. And just so you guys know, we're not only getting 20 times magnification sights, but we're also going to get 40 times magnification sights, which is going to be absolutely crazy. Now again, I love the fact that Levolution isn't just being designated to large structures. Tons of small buildings are coming down in this trailer, and you'll notice right here, this bridge is being taken out completely. Destructible bridges is a great part of old school Battlefield, and it's something that's really important for trying to orchestrate the flow of battle from the individual soldier's perspective. If you take out a bridge, all of a sudden armor or infantry can't get across. You change the flow of battle. We've got a little more MG4 footage and a very cool knife takedown. This clip here again shows the change in weather effects over the course of this battle. The windmill comes down, the boat breaks loose. Now we're going to see some actual dynamic wave combat here. Now the coolest thing about these waves here is that they are not unique to the individual. The waves here are all transmitted through the netcode. It's server based, so if you see a giant wave in front of you, your enemy sees that same giant wave. You can both do a jump off of that wave. It's a very, very impressive bit of netcode, not only to get a dynamic ocean into the game, but to have it be realistic and representative over the netcode. Now we're going to see a few clips here showing a bomb moving around the map. This is from the game mode Obliteration, the new game mode where you have to take a bomb that's located somewhere in the center of the map to the enemy's target place and basically destroy it with the bomb. You'll notice on the minimap that each team seems to have 3 objective points that they need to defend. So it seems like it's not just going to be 1 bomb run. You're going to actually need to do 3 bomb runs to defeat the enemy team, or I assume once time runs out, whoever has the most objectives destroyed wins. Now we finally get an up-close look at E-Point on this map. So E-Point is that carrier that I pointed out in the beginning of the map with the 2 plumes of smoke coming off of it. Its whole deck basically acts as an island, and you're going to need to take a boat or aircraft to get here. And it just looks like a really awesome area to fight. And then of course we have the big Levolution Sequence, the sequence where this giant destroyer seems to come dislodged, run ashore on C-Point here, pretty much bisecting the island, and making the C-Point objective much more valuable. So once the team captures C-Point after the destroyer has run ashore, I believe they get access to the weapon on the deck of the destroyer, and that is the commander gets access to that weapon. So it's now another tool that the commander can use to rain down artillery on the enemy team. So far, DICE has given us a lot of footage of Shanghai, the Paracel Islands, which I believe are also Chinese islands, and then we're going to get a little bit of footage of the Chinese mainland here at the end of the trailer. Now I gotta say, this reveal here really gets me excited because it's got the potential for some jungle-like combat. Blending in with the bushes, trees, that sort of thing. Imagine people playing on hardcore mode without the spotting. It's going to be very interesting. Now the shadow that we're going to see at the end of the trailer here is the H-6 bomber. This is a very large Chinese bomber. It can carry a huge variety of payloads, from cruise missiles to even nuclear weapons or just really large bombs. Based on the image we're seeing here, it shows the H-6 overhead in the background and a very large explosion behind the soldier. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see the H-6 sort of playing a role like the C-130, or maybe commanders being able to call it in for carpet bombing runs. Either way, I'm really excited to see the rest of what DICE has got to offer. If you haven't been watching the live stream at Gamescom, I recommend doing so. There's a ton of information. I'm going to be reporting on that information. We know a lot about the weapons that are in the game now. So stay tuned, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.